Now, I was recently in Cannonball Bikes garage. Colin, the owner, was about to change a Bosch motor on one of the bikes. Now, I know it's not my normal content, but I thought it was too good an opportunity to miss. Colin is a qualified Bosch engineer. He hires and runs a fleet of e-bikes, which he maintains himself. So he does know what he's talking about. So I hope this is a useful video for some. You're changing the motor today?
Yeah, exactly.
And which motor is it?
It's the Bosch Gen 2. This was the existing motor, which as you can see, came up with error 500, which means there's an internal drive unit fault. So that is kaput. Bosch was kind enough to send another one. And now this will be going in here. Now the problem with this is we've got two batteries. There's an internal battery and an external battery. So we've got a hell of a lot of wires here to contend with to get this in and around and up in there.
And how much do they retail at, one of them?
Well, on the side they're 700 quid. Right. Stand by and we'll get this in. What I want to explain here is that inside here there is a felt seal. Okay, it needs to come out. Bless Bosch, but they did make a little bit of a foobar with this one. This felt seal, in fact, back from the old automotive engines when they used to use felt seals, this will actually make the water go into the motor. It will suck water in rather than prevent moisture.
So it should be rubbish, should it?
So throw these out in the bin, right? Just like that. And what I normally do is just fill these with grease. Okay, there's a special grease that Bosch give you. Fill this up, but definitely take the felt seal out. So this is basically what a noisy motor sounds like. Okay. Yeah. This is what a non-noisy motor sounds like.
It's just nothing, is it?
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's a good way to test your own e-bike is just to take the chain off. And if you can hear that, you need to get your bearings changed. If you do take this felt seal out, whatever you do, don't forget to put the circlip back in, and that could end up with a catastrophic mechanical failure if you leave that out. Okay.
Yep. So that's your prep ready, is it?
That's prep ready. I'll just put some grease in here and then we'll throw it in. This is a dry run because...
Okay, so just checking it's going to fit before you start doing it properly.
In terms of wires, still got this one to deal with.
Okay.
Is that one going to go? So this is the main power wire.
Yeah.
Which connects to the motor. This is the display. And this is the speed sensor. Problem is, there's not much room down here to put this bit. And then this has to come up through, back up through here. And around and up. And then down. And then in.
Yeah, that's tight.
Is there a hole on the other side you can line up just to go through the motor?
Yep. Doesn't go all the way through.
That's it, that's it. Perfect. Doesn't want to go in because this cable here is causing hurry-curry. Put this in first. There we go, hear the click.
Yeah, heard that.
So if you're a first time doing this for the first time, there'll be a lot of swearing, I can guarantee that. Don't forget the speed sensor cable, which also we need to go up, so this has to come back out again and go inside. There we go. The reason is because there's not much room here. The cover is very close to the motor. There's not much space to feed all these wires, so that's the issue.
You'd advise doing that dry run, making sure you understand.
Yes, definitely do a dry run, connect everything up, and then generally what I do is I turn it on to make sure it powers up.
Actually,
because if you, and I've done this before, I've put it all back together, put all the covers on, cranks on, going, oh yes, and then it doesn't turn on. So that's all connected. All the wires are now actually physically connected. Turn it on. So they should have power.
Yeah, battery lights are on there.
Yep, that's on. And now it should, odometer should be 0. Yes, because it's a brand new motor.
So now you've connected it, it works. Is that it? You just got to put the cover
now
on?
We just basically bolt up all the motor bolts,
okay.
Covers, the cranks, the chain ring, put the chain back on, and that's it. It's actually very narrows, not much room, as you can see,
Yeah.
to get that in.
Very tight, all the cables in there.
Very, very tight. So if you don't put them up and into the frame,
Yep.
you won't get this cover on. This is Loctite, so put a little bit of Loctite on the bolts, purely because being a motor, they do vibrate, so just a little dab Loctite. Don't need much, this stuff's very powerful. Put too much on, you can't get the bolts off. You'll see the amount of grease I've put inside that. Now I'm a big fan of power tools, but always start these by hand. Just gentle, because we need to check the wiring harness. Hasn't been pinched. The way you do that is just wiggle the wires around. If there's anything that's excessive tight.
Oh, what? So check it's not caught in the bolts?
Yeah, exactly. Because the amount of current going through here, you can have a fire. Turn it on, make sure she still works. Yes.
Good.
So we're good to tighten up now, and then put the covers back on. That's fine. See, I was managed to actually
So you're moving it just to confirm it's not
firm it, not snag.
Yeah.
Being the main power cable to the motor, very important. That's free and easy. Take the fact that they use these really tiny 2mm Allen keys. So easy to strip. This is a 2mm Allen key, which is tiny. And if they seize in there, which they do,
Yeah.
which I'm going to show you a little trick, so they don't seize, because chances are I'll be replacing this motor in another 3,000 miles. This is a very good product. I don't endorse, I'm not getting paid for this, but it's a marine-based anti-corrosive.
And you're putting that on because you know you're going to be taking these off again in the future?
There's no way, if they seize, you'll get a 2mm Allen key out. You'll be drilling that out. There you go. This bike's ridden off-road 100% of the time.
It's definitely had a life, this bike, you can tell.
Well, 3 motors, that's good going.
This is his third motor, is it?
This is his third. Yes. And you know, you don't have to do these up tight. These are just over finger tight, really. And also this is 2.5mm, not 2mm. Just so you know.
Bosch like to keep you on your toes, don't they?
You do not want to spray the jet wash in here.
No.
That's a big no-no. That's where the water's going to go in. And once it's in there, it gets in the circuit board, destroys your bearings, and that's when you get these error 500 codes coming up. With these, put your chainring on. There's a little O-ring here.
Yep.
You can see, but don't forget the O-ring. Then these go on anti-clockwise. Okay, don't get caught out with that. People get caught out with the cranks. There's left and right crank. Once again, there's a myriad of tools you need, special tools.
So what's this tool?
This is the Bosch chainring tool. If you're going to use one of these, be very, very, very careful. You need to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I've been a mechanic for 20 years, so I know what I'm doing.
Is that because you could put too much force through?
Yeah. You gotta make sure it's on low power. I wouldn't recommend using one of these unless you know what you're doing. And the last thing is to put a new Bosch sticker on it.
What's the Bosch sticker?
It literally is a sticker with Bosch on it.
If this cover ever comes off, make sure you put it back on or cover it with something else, because water will get in there and then your motor's kaput. Because these covers fall off all the time. And if that comes off as well,
You lose your protection.
you lose your protection. Get instant water ingress.
That just sticks on, no screws on that.
No.
Now, who wants to road test it?
Patrick.
Need to put a chain on it,
Oh,
I
need
think.
a chain.
I'm not a qualified mechanic, but
And for my customers, I give them the most expensive durable chains because they use their bikes as intended. off-road, up hills, down hills, and they want reliability.
And which chain is this?
This is the XX1 Gold. There's a bit of dirt in there, isn't there? Right. Thanks, mate. So you can see. Let's just bring that back. So you can see the banana is curving, is facing up towards the chainstay. If this is the other way around, they play up and skip around. That's it. Road test time.
Can I just say, it looks like you borrowed your big brother's bike.
If you've got any e-bike service needs or you want to hire an e-bike, you can hit up Cannonball Bikes. I'll put their link in the description. Any comments, please put them down below. Share it with everyone else, and I will see you on the next one.